Welcome back. Now, as it stands in Ireland, 1 in 6 students drop out of their chosen college course feeling disillusioned about their career path and uncertain about their future.
And with the CAO deadline tomorrow afternoon, we've asked Dearbhla Kelly, author of Career Coach, to stop by and give us a few tips around what is a very difficult choice for many, for the students and indeed the parents.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, lots of people may be feeling the pressure this weekend and they might be anxious. They might be a mixture of feeling anxious and excited about the future. And parents have a huge role to play. 92% of all teens go to their parents for career choice. So it's a great time for parents to sit down in the kitchen or in the living room and explore the options and encourage their teens. And I have a few tips to give around this CAO.
1 in 6.
Yeah, it's a startling statistic and a concerning one. What's the nub of that? Is that a case that, you know, kids are picking the wrong course, or they're picking it for the wrong reasons, or they just don't know what they want to do with their lives at that age?
I think it's a variety of many reasons. First of all, some teenagers may jump into a course without looking into it. A lot of teenagers might say, gosh, I love playing computer games, I'll do games development. But they mightn't have looked into the maths content in the course. Maybe they didn't have the aptitude for it. And some other teenagers might not do the research. They might not speak to people in the fields. They might jump into it. I worked with a young guy recently who decided to do business because he thought that's where the jobs are. And he did the course, didn't like it, dropped out. It really took a knock to his confidence. And now he's starting to look at what does he really love. And he's highly creative. He's brilliant at multimedia, and he's going to follow his heart now. So I would advise parents listening today and young people to be guided by their motivations, what they love, and not by where the jobs are.
Well, you have a list of tips for parents and students this morning. Good communication, the bedrock of any career conversation, I suppose, Dearbhla.
It is, yeah. I think it's important to have conversations. And parents may have those conversations in the car, they may have the conversations in the kitchen, they may have those conversations when they're walking with their teen. And it's about asking open-ended questions, asking them this weekend, what are you thinking about? What course would you really like? Why would you like that course? It's very important that they know the why.
Now, think about it for parents, and they might say, well, that's fine, but like my Johnny wants to be, you know, a circus acrobat or a rock star or something. To be honest, he's not very good at it. How can I edge him towards something practical?
Right. Well, maybe it's about having...
I mean, facetious, but it is a point, you know, that you have to manage your kids' expectations as well. Well,
I suppose they have to be real, but at the same time, I believe people need to follow their hearts as well. And sometimes people these days have portfolio careers where maybe they are the acrobat or maybe they are the rock star, but they might have another qualification that would bring in an income.
The second thing, encourage them to be curious about the things that they love doing already.
Yeah, I think it's about having conversations of when are you energetic? You could ask your teen that. When are you most alive? What comes naturally to you? What do you care about? Like I worked with a young guy last year who's really cared about the world, the environment and human rights. And it's even getting them to tap into that as well.
That's great if you have a child or a student who's saying, you know, the environment or human rights. But what if they're saying Man U? Do you know what I mean? Like there's teenagers who don't really see beyond the things that they love, which are hanging out with their mates, watching their favourite football team play on a Saturday afternoon. Do you know, I'm sure there's parents pulling their hair out. I don't know his strengths yet.
I am sure, and that's where in Career Coach we look at people's skills, they look at how they are intelligent. It's good to look at multiple intelligence. Some people are musical, some people are good with people, some people are good with the natural world. And as well as that, maybe the teen who loves Man U, it's about digging down a bit deeper. Maybe they'd like the marketing aspect of football, maybe they'd like physiotherapy. There could be something in that field that they would really enjoy.
One of the things that I've always felt is that at 17, 18, it's such a young age to make a big decision like that you lack the self-awareness, or you certainly don't, and you change as life goes on. So what advice would you have if someone reaches that stage and they don't necessarily have that sort of, you know, certainty about what they're into and what their interests are?
Well, I think the first advice I would give people is take the pressure off. We're not looking at lifetime employment anymore. So people this weekend are not choosing a career for the rest of their lives. And some people have 5 and 8 different careers in their lifetime. So I think really the advice I would give is follow your heart. Do something that you love. You could do a broad degree and specialise later. You could do something that you love for a year, like a post-leaving cert course, and then go on and do something else, or you could find your niche for that year.
Is that arts degree still hugely popular? That was the one that everyone went for when I was doing my Leaving Cert, because it was broad.
Yes.
And you could kind of decide where to go from there. It was like a foundation to move on.
Yeah, I'm sure it's still popular, and what I really like to see coming in now with the arts degree is some of the universities have dropped in critical thinking skills into the arts degree, and that's the top thing that employers are looking for. So that will make people in the arts degrees very employable. Look, there's so many degrees popular at the moment. Science and engineering is thriving, so is accountancy as well.
But ultimately showing the dedication to go on to third level and get a degree, regardless of whether you're going to use it in your future career or not, is a good thing.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a good thing for people to have skills and qualifications, whether it's a university degree, maybe CAO's not for your child, maybe that they would be better doing a post-Leaving Cert course. The trades are booming at the moment. The government are looking at a 50,000 expansion of apprenticeships. The typical ones like plumbing and electrician and motor mechanics are going well. And there's 25 new trades coming on board. And in Career Coach, we give examples of people who have chosen a practical route, like you've Nevin Maguire, and he just loves cooking.
Yeah,
I know we had our cook on this morning.
Yeah.
And Dermot Gavin, the gardener, and people like Colin Lynch, who's a plumber.
And not to necessarily focus on where the jobs are. You know, we see it every year. You know, construction is down, so people stop applying for those courses. It's up. People, you know, that people tend to go for. Oh, there's going to be jobs in that field.
Yeah, and so many people like have jumped into courses like IT, and we see a huge dropout rate in IT. And it really is about not so much where the jobs are, but what would you like? What would you be interested in, and what would really motivate you?
Okay. Well, your book is out now, Career Coach.
Yes.
And we're thinking of all the parents and students this weekend, because it is a very stressful time, isn't it? I know you're saying don't be stressed about it. But
And there is plenty
bit of
twists
pressure.
and turns in the life of a career.
Exactly.
Dearbhla, thanks for joining us this
And
morning.
I'd just like to add that whether people out there get 150 points or 500 points, they can have happy and successful careers. It's about attitude at the end of the day.
You can come back and do it
persistence.
again.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a circus acrobat, why not? Dearbhla, thanks for that.